You're watching 11 Alive Morning News. 11 minutes of nonstop news starts now.
Your time now is 6:47. Only on 11 Alive, we are kicking off your 11 minutes of nonstop news. Here's what we're following for you.
Israel's military gaining ground in Gaza this morning, just days after deadly attacks killed hundreds.
In just a matter of weeks, medical marijuana could be available at local pharmacies. What this means for patients.
It's a bit of a cool start for us, but temperatures will be warming up nicely for this afternoon. All the details coming up.
This morning, Israel says it is retaking control of communities around Gaza after the deadly attacks that led to the country declaring war on Hamas. The militant group, which controls the Gaza Strip, launched an attack over the weekend that killed 700 people, including Americans. Hamas also says it has abducted dozens of people. This morning, Israel continues to launch those airstrikes, and so far, more than 400 Palestinians have been killed in those counterstrikes. Israel has long been a U.S. ally, but Atlanta has a really special relationship with Israel.
For decades now, law enforcement throughout the metro have traveled to Israel to train law enforcement there. Christy Diaz joins us now in studio with more. And Christy, they even took a trip most recently this summer.
They did. They spent a couple of weeks in June. Police chiefs, sheriffs, even the former director of the GBI has helped train officers in Israel on best practices in community policing and safety. Again, that delegation most recently took that trip this summer, and now it's making the images they're seeing now all the more heartbreaking. The trip and training is through a group called GILEE, the Georgia International Law Enforcement Exchange, based out of Georgia State University and run by a man who called Israel home. It started in 1992, and since then, a delegation of law enforcement leaders from around the metro and the state of Georgia have traveled to Israel to train best practices on community policing and homeland security. It is often a deeply meaningful trip for the people who go. The former GBI director, Michael Register, was on this last trip and after wrote a letter to the governor saying it was, quote, one of the best leadership experiences I've had in my professional career. Thompson Police Chief Courtney Gale was also on the trip this summer. I spoke to her. She says the people they met and trained with became more like family than colleagues.
We went out into the field. We saw their firing ranges, but then at the same time, we have dinners, we have lunches, so many meals. It is a complete immersion into their culture and their society. And unfortunately, this situation shows us that, again, we have to remain observant of our surroundings. And it is not just law enforcement, but it's our relationships with our community, with the public, because the public will see things and say, well, that's not right.
And this attack in Israel now also hitting a personal chord with these many law enforcement officials. Unfortunately, they learned that 3 of the Israeli police chiefs they worked with this summer were killed in this recent attack.
Christy, thank you. 6:50 now. Let's take you live outside to Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. The airport's expecting an unusually busy day today. It's a holiday, meaning a lot of people took a long weekend. They're suggesting you get to the airport 3 hours ahead of a flight. And that was a look at your Monday morning headlines.
All right, Chelsea, how are we looking if we are headed outside to the airport or the bus stop?
Well, it's going to be a bit chilly on the outside. I can tell you that right now. Temperatures are down into the 40s and 30s, as you can see. We'll continue to watch those as we head through the morning, but we're going to warm up nicely with plenty of sunshine around the forecast area. Right now, it's 40 degrees down toward McDonough and over toward Locust Grove, 41 degrees in Covington. You got 39 degrees in Noonan. Yeah, cool spot there in Coweta County. 39 also in Hiram and Paulding County. 39 over toward Temple. 38 in Bremen. That's in Carroll County. 43 degrees in Marietta. We're looking at 48 in Tucker. 48 also downtown Atlanta. Those are the warm spots this morning. You're going to start off with a sweater or maybe a track jacket or a hoodie. By this afternoon, you may want to take it off, expose the short sleeves. The temperatures will heat up into the 70s, right around 74 degrees for an afternoon high. It's going to be a nice afternoon for us with those southwesterly breezes about 10 miles per hour or less for this afternoon. We're sandwiched in between some clouds down here to the south, a few up here to the north. Got a system passing to the north of us. We just have high pressure just to our south and west that will continue to slide over to the east as well. Winds out of the west this morning on the light side will shift to more southwesterly as this high area of high pressure starts to slide to our east. And so it's going to do 2 things for us. It's going to boost our temperature up a little bit, and also we'll start to bring in some of this moisture. Now on this map, it shows the dry air in place. That moisture is well down here to the south. That yellow, once you get into that green, yellow, and orange there, that's when that moisture is starting to come back to us. We won't see that until we get to Wednesday. You'll notice tomorrow we're nice and dry as well. Here we are by Wednesday afternoon, and you notice those That moisture starting to slide a little further to the north. We'll see mostly clouds that day. There is a small chance that we see an isolated shower or two. That will continue for us on Thursday and Friday especially. I think our best chance for the rain as that moisture starts to slide to the north ahead of a front that's going to be making its way through our area as well. And so that will dry us out just in time for the upcoming weekend. We'll be looking at temperatures, and it just went by there, here it is. Temperatures getting up to 78 degrees for the high tomorrow. That's Tuesday. That'll be our warmest day of the week. My pick is today, of course, 74 degrees and mostly sunny skies. Cloudy skies on Wednesday. We'll have a 30% chance for rain on Thursday. Friday, 50% chance for that rain. And then we'll clear it out for the upcoming weekend with mostly sunny skies by Sunday and 68 for the high temperature.
And I'm Liza Lucas. In just weeks, independent pharmacies right here in Georgia could become the first in the country to fill medical marijuana prescriptions. Now, right now, medical marijuana, you may remember, is only available to Georgia patients with approval from a doctor to treat severe illnesses like seizures and terminal cancer. The Little Five Points Pharmacy is among the first pharmacies in the process of getting approval to sell medical marijuana. Dr. Ira Katz has owned and operated the pharmacy for 40 years. He's been working behind the scenes on this and believes that there are benefits to a pharmacist being able to distribute the medication.
We believe that this is an important thing because who better than your independent pharmacist who knows your history, knows your medical history, is able to best dispense medical marijuana.
Now, the hope is this expansion will put low THC oil within reach of many more patients, adding to Georgia's 7 dispensaries that have opened since April.
In a matter of hours, the leaders of SAG-AFTRA and major Hollywood studios will start another round of negotiations. They're hoping to end the strike that is now in day 88. The actors are asking for more money and better protections against the use of AI to replicate someone's image and voice. Meanwhile, today is the Writers Guild of America's last day to vote to ratify its new agreement. They reached a deal last month, ending a 148-day strike.
Tomorrow is your last chance to get registered to vote for November's elections. As we mentioned, November's election will be focused on local races and issues that impact you and your community. So you are looking at a sample ballot right here. This one is from DeKalb County. Voters will be asked to weigh in on several tax-related questions. That's important, so you need to check out to make sure if you are registered. But if you're not, you can still do that by submitting an application online. We do have all the resources for you right now on 11alive.com.
Right now, people across the country trying to figure out how to adjust their budgets to start paying back their student loans. New numbers this morning show Georgia and Florida are the states with the highest average student loan debt. Georgia is number 4 on that list. The average is $41,800 owed on federal student loans.
This morning, you can smell the excitement in the air as donuts roll through a waterfall of glaze. Hot off the press. People getting ready for the hot sign and beyond at this Krispy Kreme.
I miss the donuts, so I'm really happy and pleased. This is my walk going back and forth from my home to my gym, and now I can get my coffee and donuts.
I love that for him. On the way walking from the gym, get yourself a Krispy Kreme. Balance in life. The doors will officially open at the Ponce location tomorrow morning at 6.
How much money you got? A lot. How many problems you got? A lot. How many people done doubted you? A lot. Left you out to rap? A lot.
This morning, Atlanta rapper 21 Savage, officially a permanent U.S. citizen and can legally travel outside the U.S. In 2019, the rapper was taken into custody by ICE agents. He spent 10 days in a detention center in South Georgia after he was arrested over his visa. It had expired in 2006. 21 Savage was born in London but moved to Atlanta when he was 7. Good morning, Chesley.
Good morning. We're looking at this afternoon. Very comfortable. 67 degrees will be our temperature by noon. Mostly sunny skies on the outside. Winds will start to shift more to the southwest, up to about 10 miles per hour for this afternoon. It's a nice afternoon for us with temperatures in the low 70s. By 6 o'clock tonight, your Atlanta Braves taking on the Philadelphia Phillies, right around 70 degrees by then at Truist Park. It's going to be plenty of sunshine out there. Should be a decent evening. Make sure you wear at least a jacket or carry it with you as temperatures will be falling through the 60s as we head through the evening.
All right, Braves fans, we're going to leave you with a live look at Truist Park this morning, where the Braves hope to bounce back in Game 2 of the NLDS tonight. They were shut out by the Phillies on Saturday night in front of the largest crowd in Truist Park history. Don't worry. Jerry Carps keeps reminding us that the Braves lost Game 1 the same year they went on to win the World Series. So, you know, it's all good.
Anything can happen. Anything can happen.
Be positive, people.
There's no place like home.
No place like home.